Hello everyone, we are back with more Mystical Block. We will be slowly building up our EMC farm. And from there, we will be working to set ourselves up to advance much further. Right now we are maxed at a red power flower. I want to get us a little bit higher, but in order to do that, I need to get fix the items together. Violet, we need purple. 4, 5, 6. And now we have a violet matter. Quite useful. Fortunately, we do not have the EMC to do much with it, but I do believe we can step these up. Nice and carefully. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the next level up is pink matter. No, it's magenta. Okay, that actually makes this a little bit easier. Magenta link. 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4. 8 and 9. Now, at least in theory, I can go here, drop an extra one of those in. Now, this does cost me quite a bit, but it does also bring us up as well as gives us quite a bit more EMC per tick funneling through. Now, we don't have enough to do the pink upgrade. We will get there eventually. Main thing is I want to make sure I start upgrading all the stuff I do have. A direct purple link. The reason because it exponentially boosts our output. Easier to just keep upping them. Now, the important thing to remember is I'm going to have to swap out the relay first and foremost. But, oh, that's funny. Didn't realize I had those set to do that. But at least as of right now, we have a nice little farm. It's not quite perfect yet, but we'll get there. Okay. Let's sleep through the night for safety. See what we can do. For right now, these are going to be, I'm not going to say fine, but they will work. Now, what I really need to do is get collectors under here. Checking out the gross accelerators. Really feel like the gross accelerators are not as useful as they pretend to be, at least not from my recognition of it. So what I'm gonna do is work on upgrading stuff like the dirt itself. Thankfully, this is still the most efficient way to do this. Now what I want to do is upgrade one of these to purple. Because if I upgrade one to purple, I can then have a basis for when I'm upgrading everything else. Okay. Now here, here. Boom, boom. I believe it probably spit them out below. I guess not. That's a bit upsetting. It is quite a bit of resources that did not make the transfer, but at maximum, they jump up quite a bit. Not as much as I would have thought, but quite a bit. Give an understanding of like how OP some of this stuff is. If I come here and just grab a magenta relay and a magenta converter, pop both of these, swap them out. Aside from the fact that that's not gonna, like, it literally is gonna sit at maximum conversion capabilities because the relay just literally cannot handle it. Or maybe it's just not. That's interesting. Okay. Good to know. Doesn't really matter because I am gonna toss all this stuff to be consumed. Because as much matter as it is, it's not actually that much in the grand scheme of things. Grab another purple. Because now toss that there. And now it's quite literally going for a mad dash. Now, if I wanted to, I could make this a bit of an injector. Boom. And now it is going to slowly build up. However, that's already doing quite a bit more than you would think. Grab one of you, and then I think it has to be pink, so... 4 million. That's why. I forgot those things are exceedingly expensive. But, as it stands, we are building up EMC at a decent pace. Reminds me. These here go. Wop wop. Internal. Wop. Fly. And now I have nether stars being generated. Drop that there. Whole thing is quite literally the system running itself. Boom, 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 boom. I don't think that's gonna... Yeah, I don't think it's gonna enter a fail state. I can come here. That. And I throw those in there. Should give me a bunch of nether stars. Oop. Funny thing is, basically just Right. There. And all of a sudden I've got days. Another star because I'm probably going to be using this again. Yep. And that's how that works. Do something semi-insane. And everything kind of just works out for you. Why? No idea. But this does allow us to start upgrading quite extensively. And because I'm using this in this particular fashion, what I can still do is upgrade this even more. I can turn this into an entire proper flower, at which point I will be looking at EMC for days. Now, forgot I have to go to the end, fight the end dragon, do a whole bunch of other things. What I need to do is technically I have to fight all that stuff and get the remainders. My thing is, in the past, an auto compression hammer would be a great way to generate EMC, and now it's not really. Alloy. Thick. That's it. Quite literally easier to do that. Boom, boom. Yeah. And now we have the ability to be at one of the highest ranks possible. Antimatter pellets. What are you used in? Station. Nuclear. I think that's just creative flight. All of that with relative ease. Don't need tank. The energy cubes could be nice. I think what we're going to do is oh, because it's MEK. All of these. The only reason we're going to do all of them boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Yes. Boom. Boom. Two of them. Old wood. Gold. Boom. Now, all of those back. Come here to upgrade. Right? That's what they're called. Oh, they're installers. I could grab an ultimate installer. Come over here and go. Okay. So, installer. 2, 3. We want 4 of each. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So boom, boom. I'll pick them up just so I have quests. Basic infusing and enriching. Which, I'm not even going to worry about that until they're all the way up. And at least for right now, you guys getting upgrades. Like the other two I'm planning on making shortly. And ta-da. From here, mixing, infusing. Honestly, once I've made these, pick them up so I don't have to make them again. If I need them, I can just fire them. And I really shouldn't need any of the lower tier versions of it. Pressure. Items into gas. Cool. So that's how that works. Creative essence. Okay. Hey, sir. Are a thing that I'm not going to openly say out loud. Creative energy cell would be nice. And creative capacitor. Biggest problem I have is I have no clue how to make a nuclear reactor, and I get the feeling that messing around with it. Oh, and their end cake. I feel like end cake. Okay. Not what I thought it was. Ah. This is actually really easy. Not mistaken. I could have sworn I've gotten these, but hey. We'll worry about the inventory cake in a bit. Hey, yeah, there's no cows. But, yeah. Cover off. In theory, I might be able to find a cow here. You know, I could have sworn. There we go. Throttle is down. Now I can basically zip through here until I find some kind of cow. Ooh, this might be a Hydra area. No. Wait. almost guaranteed to be full of materials. Hi, Naga. Come on. Ah, it's fine. Honestly, the only stuff you missed was some housekeeping, you know, upgrading the EMC generation till it was going insane. And now I'm just messing around with stuff while I'm trying to find a cow so I can get to the end. That is a sheep. Which is still a useful thing, but not what I'm looking for right now. Come on, Naga. Come on. I know you. Come on. Yep. Knew that wasn't gonna last. Yeah, honestly, didn't even have to fight it. It was just kind of in the area thing. The problem is I can't remember. I don't know if the Twilight Forest has cows. I know they have minotaurs, which are completely different. I don't think they have cows. So what we're gonna do, come here, I'm gonna go home. We're gonna make cow bait. Do wheat. Yeah, I think that would get me banned. So let's not and say we didn't. Also, that would require finding the Minotaur in the cave, and I just don't want to deal with that. Oh, so with this mod pack, whenever you run, you increase the growth rate of plants. It's the only way this mod pack is actually, like, tolerable. Because, as you can guess, it gets very painful very quickly. Take. Do is go here, go boom boom, boom boom. Make way more chicken bait than I have any. A compressed cow. Okay. Too many animals nearby. Well, unfortunately, I don't have a need for horses unless I'm making glue. So, and that... Red cows are nice, but they also... I think they count as a whole bunch of them, so... Too many baits, it seems suspicious. You don't say. Alright, move out of the way. Alright, let me let the chickens spawn because... Right? No, what it is the sword has a bit of a cooldown, and it gets very finicky if you're trying to hit. Hi, you are adorable. You're also like 9 chickens altogether, so... want to do? I guess I'll just get them from here. Hey, come on. Come on. I don't think I want singularity chickens. I just need one of you to lay an egg. Why did I throw those in there? Like... If I take these... toss them in here... Oh, oops. I wasn't paying attention. So I found... It's not really a trick. It's what I do to, mass produce stuff. So I haven't used them in forever, but I've seen a few, and I kind of miss them. So you see how quickly this is going right now? I go here and here. This isn't even me like fully upgrading it. Yeah. And now we're generating 500,000 EMC every couple ticks. Basically use this to... Oh yeah, like I said, that trick right there technically supersedes these flowers by a very large margin. The only thing is, these don't generate as much lag on the server as what I'm doing over there. It's also why I'm only making it this big, because I can make these flowers obscenely massive with some of the designs I have, and then while they take a little longer to upgrade, they start escalating very quickly. Like you can tell, because I already have some of these links just completely going insane. Oh look, I have a purple matter, and I just jumped multiple tiers just like that. Like, if these themselves weren't 46 million, I would already be generating an even crazier amount. 67 million. So I should get that in a moment. Boop. So far I should be fine because I have this draining faster than it can generate. There will be a point where I'll have to jump up from red matter to something else simply because I'm generating the EMC too fast. But now I get about 500,000 every few seconds. Which basically means I can get whatever I want whenever I want, with the exception of stuff I don't have yet. Any of you guys lay an egg? Are any of you guys alive? Okay, you went downstairs. I thought you guys, you know, decided to take the infinity nap. Oh no, I just thought of something. I make chicken essence. Please don't tell me I need chicken essence for an egg. That just that would upset me greatly. Dark matter is actually a step lower than red matter. So if I take dark matter and put it in here, it would be 5 of them. For, yeah, like 4 or 5 of them to every one. So, theoretically, you know, it would look fancier. It just would not behave as well. Really do need to start making this place look pretty, because right now, you're a chicken. Yeah, right now, it's not really, pulling it off, as it were. The other thing is, when I do that, I have to update this, because right now I'm just messing around with the, The reason I intentionally caused the crafting grid to explode is because I don't feel like crafting a new one. If I do that, it'll let me toss all those in there. So, the giant wall blocks was originally, oh, there's my egg, a compression chamber. So what I was gonna do is have diamonds, gold, and iron be self-generated, along with a whole bunch of other things. And I probably might still do it, because if I come here and go boom, I can just do that and say, which priority are you? You are priority 10. And if I take all this stuff out and put this back in, if I did this right. Oh, you have to set it. Okay, so I set it to 10, and if you look, it will automatically compress it up. And because it's compressing it, I can grab all the stacked variants of it. Now, the one thing that real quick. Cake. Save a cake. I vendor and gassed. But by doing it in the manner I was doing it, it basically forces it to behave for me. And means that I can... Oh yeah. But what happens is eventually they fill up. And if you look, because I have it set to priority 10, these are already starting to fill up with random junk. Part of what I need to do gonna make a ender cake. That there. That way I can get to the end when I want to. But what I need to do is go into the drawers and make the drawer keys. So there's no other way to get to the end. And you have to get to the end to fight the end dragon, so... Boom, boom. You, because they will come in handy later. And then we just make a locking key. Quantity key. Of course it wants squid essence. But what I can do is come here. Go boom. Boom, boom. And then relock these. Now, nothing is going to go into there unless I come here and manually place it. Now, the irritating thing is, that's what I want. And in order to do that, I need to break that for a second. In order to do that, it's quite literally running off residual. Yeah, it's going to run off residual for a while. There are a few of them I haven't got the foggiest idea how to get to, but eventually I will get there. Are you quite done yet? No. Okay. You are now. You turn you down into nuggets. Go there. Convert this to a iron block generator. Because that's going to be more efficient. Just throw that away. Come here. Go boop, and it's basically going to be pegged for life. Like, it's going to generate more with the normal energy condenser, because I can come. It was angry. Basically infinite iron. And I'm going to do that for all the materials, but the one upgrade I need, could see how this is basically going to go insane, and then it's going to fill up my storage, is there is a drawer upgrade. The void upgrade. Boom. Boom. The reason I want void upgrades for everything is so that when I max out their storage capabilities, the EMC, unfortunately, will have nowhere to go but into my system. And eventually this will max, and boom, I then end up with an obscene amount of materials taking up, while not drive space, it will eventually take up drive space. That's behaving itself. Grab the diamonds. Yeah, because I don't think I can break diamonds down any further than they already are. So that makes sense. Then I can come here, throw the diamonds in. That, but the other thing I can do is I can make the best upgrade technically possible. And then I can make it so that I have basically levels of infinity upgrades. Like, there is, if I'm not mistaken, a infinity upgrade, like creative vending, creative storage, but I'm not going through all that hassle because I don't need it. Like, right now, the stack limit on these is obscene. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this up in such a way that I can hook the auto crafters to this. So the items that I can't normally craft, or I can't EMC, I could auto craft. Or if I want to make something, I can just ask for it and it'll make it. Yeah, they're so insane. So now, even with the iron going crazy, I should be fine. It does irk me ever so slightly that I need squid ink, which means I have to check out the Twilight Forest, look for an area with water. Okay, 300 million EMC. Give me a moment. I got a small emergency, and I will be back. For our friends on YouTube, you won't even notice I'm gone. And yeah, like I said, they'd never know I was gone. But, yeah. As insane and as good of an idea this is, by having these, I've actually unlocked something that's, well, equally crazy. So if I go here, you can export items. Now, thing I cannot remember is whether I can treat this like an external storage. Can't remember if by just doing that. No. This is... Let me see. Project expanded. Did? This item will not be consumed. It is infinite fuel. Oh, basically converts your EMC into fuel. Infinite steak. Via infinite food via EMC. That is something. Oh no. So that's the thing I want. That's the price tag on it. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, first things first, we have the EMC. Make the pink. Boom. Relays, we need 5 of them. And then what I already have. So later on, apparently, because it doesn't want to give it to me right now, you can actually hook your EMC tablet right here straight into the crafting grid and craft from that. As you might guess, that is a very expensive thing to do. Okay. We do have the purple upgrade. So, should be good there. One, two, three. Violet matter. That, and then we want 4 of those. Do that. We do that. Take that, go there. That, go there. And then we want a boatload. We're going to use that. Cycle both of them. And then I can grab the blue collector and go from okay, I need to upgrade this because I'm literally not pumping out the stuff enough. Now I'm getting 15 million per second. Knew us. Probably building up a collection unintentionally. So that's moving pretty well. Go here, and now it is really starting to push the limits. And because I started upgrading stuff, it is not gonna want to slow down. Boom. Grab our next upgrade. And that's basically the trick to this, is you can easily upgrade these to the point where you're getting an obscene amount of matter just by existing. Like at this point, even though these are slowly ticking down, there will get a point where I'm generating too many at once. Need to stop doing that. Oh, yeah. This. So what I was doing was I was exporting the excess iron instead of voiding it, because then you can basically recuperate the value. The problem is, as you can tell by how quickly I am outputting that, that's not going to be a thing. I actually kind of don't feel comfortable about the fact that I already have 2 of these. That is a massive increase. Boom. And boom. There you go. Still gonna have the needle peg, but least now we're doing a little bit better. I believe if I'm just hold condenser. Now, believe it or not, there's an upgrade, and it is barely expensive. Because now I just come here, I go, hey, I want this, boom, boom, and boom. Toss those in there. Over to Mark II condensers. And by switching these out to Mark IIs, they actually operate in a higher capacity, as it were. And as you can see, it's barely keeping up. There is a bit of a trick I can use, though, that will help. Let me think. So, like I was saying, oh, need one more. This is just ridiculous. I'm generating so much EMC. Yeah, I'm generating silly amounts of EMC. But if I want to make these behave a little better, I could always add more. How that works. I think, though, yeah, if I wanted to get more compact with this, I would need to switch over to applied energistics. It's fine, but I'm not particularly worried about it at this moment. Now what I would love to do is get that ink. So let's jump into the only place that's going to have technical water and see if I can find some squid. Stay away from the boss fights. Actually, I come here to map. Okay, so I can do that. Cartographer. There was a mod. I don't know a lot of places that use it, but basically it lets you generate a book, and that book sorry, that book will build out a world map for you, like a proper like cartography system would. I go, I think it, no, I need to go to M, because with M, I can go here. No, I think it's here because I can come here. Turn off the grid because I really don't need it. There is a button. Photography. Oh, that's cool. Pick that up just because saplings can be used for wood. At this point, I remembered I don't think the Twilight Forest is gonna have any form of actually, if I just look up ink. A quill will only use the ink sac, not the actual black dye. Yeah. Whew, okay. So I think I know what I've got to do. Auto map. That's funny. Oh, my game really didn't like me doing that. Yeah, I'm not dealing with cicadas. Oh, there's the snow biome. Penguins. Stop for a second. In theory, there might be enough water here to generate what I'm looking for. That's frogs. Frogs are always nice. They make frog lamps. But what I'm looking for... Didn't know that was a thing. But, yeah. Excuse me. Like, I know that is the Hydra fight. Hi. You're supposed to be the big bad guy, right? Wait. Are you gonna... I'm waiting for server, so I think what it is it doesn't want me to do this fight until I've completed other fights. Let me see. Ow. That was rude. Also with you. Okay. Let me go home and sleep through the night. Because the, hey, I can hit you from halfway across the universe, not really flying right now. Mr. Sheep, kind of in the way. 2, and then a speed upgrade. Okay. Have a couple nether stars. Not quite worth it, but now I'm at 1 billion EMC, so we need purple. Purple. Where is... There we go. And in theory, that will eventually earn back the amount. Let's go to steaks. Steak. Beef. Yeah. Raw beef. Steak, throw it on a campfire. Come on. And what I can do... I believe this lets me just remotely access this, which is very useful. But the other thing I can do is take this, surround it by beef. And I can actually use it to generate, like, infinite stuff, if I'm not mistaken. But for now, it is just useful. Also very expensive, so let me make sure I don't lose it. Station tablet. What else can I use you for? Infinite fuel, and I think that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Still there, Maverick? I'm assuming you took a small hiatus. No. Six. Oh, right. We want to make sure we get 4 more. 4. Get our cyan. Burn that up. That's worth 33 million. 10 of them. 1, 2, 3 of those. Go here. Grab a blue and a blue. There. And ta-da! Just jumped several levels. Simply by virtue of the fact that I have more EMC than I really know what to do with. And this makes 40 million every two, because with us doing this, we have to do it. Two. That. That. And boom. And yeah, I've now exceeded my matter. Probably want to switch over to pink. Pink matter. Import pink matter. Convert all that to pink matter. And I realize, yep, most of this is going to be limited. Okay, so we want 2 blue, 2 cyan, 2 green. Those are Mark 9s. So we want to make sure that we are doing we need not purple, we need violet. Now all we need to do boom. 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 That's where we're going to put it for now. Because if we upgrade that to green, we are going to be out of resources quite quickly. But if I do that, at least in theory, I don't know if this actually works, but yeah, that is exponentially better. That. 2, 3. That. And now I don't have to worry about it. At least not in the same sense. Three. Boom, boom, boom. That. That. There's my philosopher's stone. 3. 3. And yeah, that's gonna be beyond my price tag, but it is not beyond my insanity. 2, 3, 4, 5. And bam. 2 of those. That and that. That. And now we are up to lime collectors. Let's see how quickly this gets out of hand now. Oh, no. So that's 40 million a second versus 200. Yeah, this is gonna It's already just taking off. That. Yep, we are now at a super critical EMC volume in which we are generating more EMC than we know what to do with. Okay. I need to go... I might actually have to do exporter. Actually, let's just up it to green. Boom. Okay, that's a lot more manageable. That. And now it's going to continue to tick up. It's just going to do it via a smaller package. We're going to come here. Do that. Boom, boom. And we're already starting the upgrades to the next tier. Boom. And yeah. Well, it's slowly making its way through that, but at this point I am generating obscene amounts of matter. I still haven't updated my power flower, which I'll probably do at some point if I remember to do it. But as of right now, I'm six. This. No, we already know how to do that. We want orange matter. Convert the orange matter up to white matter. Okay, that's fading. I'll have white matter being generated. Boom. 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 Um, toss that stuff away. Get our next set of upgrades. Boom and boom. Wipe this to fading. Boom. That there. And at least for now, we do a silly. And we bring this all the way up to white matter. It's going to basically, yeah, basically just is going to drive that insane. Boom, boom. Now we have two fading matter. Let's fading relay and fading matter. Oh, that's so bad. Fading matter block. If I'm not mistaken, this should be the end all be all. Fading relay. Surrounded by fading. I'm probably gonna have to, yeah, I immediately had to upgrade orange because orange is gonna be the only thing this can process. Yeah. God. So much EMC. And the funny thing is, if I come to here and I build my tree up, it's not really gonna be worth it. Like, at this point, uses, boom, 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 boom. 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 This. Boom. And the only thing I can use that to do is a final star. And okay. Let's get crafting, because if I'm not mistaken, I have to come here. Okay, Mobius and a diamond. Go here. Use you. Boom. Right. Boom. Boom. One. And now it's a slow boat process to upgrade Fine Star. This is a bit silly. Now we've gotten to where silly fell out the window. But we have quite literally enough EMC that this is all just easy pickings. Now we've gone into obscene amounts of energy. Right. And we are almost at the infinite silly mark. Boom. Okay. That's worth several trillion. And now I'm going to build a superstar. Condenser. We shouldn't need that, but you never quite know. One, two, three. Actually, do this. I wonder, can I use that for... No. I already checked that. Don't know why I wasted time checking again. And there are technically better ways of doing this. I'm just doing it the quick way. Boom. That is officially the maximum. Now, if I tell it to make fading matter, it's generating it faster than I know what to do with it. That's a problem. Well, I go here. I might be able to get away with this by just linking it to the system. Boom. Import. Boom. Upgrade. 1, 2, 3, and a stack. And let's see how bad this goes, because this... This is just me playing with matter at this point in a very obscene way. Okay. No. Blacklist and... Yep. And I'll even change you over to fading just so that this has something to do. Tillion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got 6. We need 2 more. And another star. This is just silly though. Like 400 trillion. And that's the thing, I can make another one of these. Very easily. Yeah, if I want to make a fading matter one of these, that's just a silly amount. And again, that involves building a giant farm. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to deal with it. It's just so much more than I care about. Go, final. Card. That's just... So if I do fading and fading, can I really just go boom, boom, final collector, and then just go, here, try one of these. Yep. Let me make sure I can actually just insta-craft them. I really don't want to deal with the consequences to that. That's just silliness, overload. Yep. Now, that just made that part of what I can get. And that went from silly to possible. And from silly to possible is a scary, scary thought. Okay, so that does 300 billion, 1 trillion. So is quite a bit more expensive, but it exists for a reason. There. A need to cook anything? But why not? Yeah, this is just gonna start building up as time goes on because ridiculousness. Did not know I accidentally converted that to that, but there we go. We are almost at there. Point. Creating these is just going to be for the recipe. Violet. 1, 2. Use. Boom. 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 We want blue. Also, violet. I need to get that as a upgrade. Boom. Our next one is Psi. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 2. Toss that there. And we're just gonna keep stepping up nice and slowly. One is green. Ooh, got another final collector. That is absolutely getting placed in there because we want more. And the only way to get more is to build up. 1, 2, 3. You with some lime. Now all we need is a coconut. Boom, boom. Yellow. And it's funny because we are burning through EMC while I'm doing this, simply because I'm converting useful EMC into something that's not even doing anything right now. But we will get there eventually. Okay, and that's where I start looking at stuff like Insanium. Again, that's not the impossible thing. Honestly, none of this is impossible. It's just a pain in the butt. I can go there. Power. Okay. Basic. We want 1, 2, 3, 4. Time. We want dark matter. Thick. Dark matter. Basic. Basic relay. basic. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now if I do this right, here, go here. Place collectors, power flowers, and relays in place. Woohoo! That's funny. Okay, must have that unlocked. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a bunch of basics. Here, go here, go there, make that, go there. Boom, boom. 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 Now, come down here to my build wand. I'm going to do something terrible. One, 2, 4. Excuse me, I'm almost positive. Do I have to have one? Like, is that how that works? Alright. Whatever it is, I will solve it and discover it. For now, we're gonna final relay. Oh, let me not do that. Because I need to actually make the final relay. And then we will be calling it here. Boom. And boom. Getting collector. And we will figure this out later. Alright, everyone. Take it easy.